So imagine that person that's, they're on Google or Bing, they're at home, and they're concerned, they're frustrated, they're scared, and they start doing searching, and they come across a site, and what they're hoping for is a solution. But to be open to a solution, you have to have a little bit of trust. Welcome to a Private Practice Stories episode of the Physician Growth Accelerator. These are short, quick episodes based on listener stories. Typically, it's something that somebody's frustrated with in their practice. And what we do is we take a look at it through the lens of the Physician Growth Accelerator, keeping in mind that every system is perfectly designed to get the result it gets. Now, the story we have this week comes from a practice. They knew they had a really bad website, a website that looks like it was built before the internet. And they decided to invest in a new website. It looks great and they really like it, but they have not seen any difference in their business. And so they asked us to take a look. So here's what's interesting. It turns out when the company built this website for this practice, they asked the practice what was important to them, and then they just did it. Here's the problem. The website is not for you. The website is for your patients. So what really needs to be the focus is what is important to your patients. Where are their concerns? Where are their needs? What are they afraid of? And what pains are they experiencing? And is the website speaking to that? So one thing about this new website that was built, first of all, it was gorgeous, right? It looked beautiful on a computer screen, but it was just about the practice. There was nothing that connected with the patient from the things that the patient cares about. So imagine that person that's, they're on Google or Bing, they're at home, and they're concerned, they're frustrated, they're scared, and they start doing searching, and they come across a site, and what they're hoping for is a solution. But to be open to a solution, you have to have a little bit of trust. And if a website is just talking about the practice, you're not really going to build trust. So that was one issue. Here's the big one. And this can be so frustrating, especially if you invest a bunch of money in a brand new website. You have to keep in mind that your website, basically 80% of the traffic to your website is on a cell phone. So this website was gorgeous on a computer, right? Clearly an artist, a brilliant designer built this website, but it was bad on a mobile device. There was no place to easily call the practice. The amount of work that someone who visited on a cell phone would have to do to actually try to get in touch with this practice was way too much. Nowadays, our attention span is small. We need to remove barriers. If a patient wants to reach out, we shouldn't have them jumping through hoops and, making it very difficult. So a big thing with this website, it was not designed for the cell phone. And that's 80%. Imagine if you had a website and 80% of the population spoke a language and you had a website that person couldn't read because you didn't do it in that language. It would be ridiculous. You would never do that. But that's what, unfortunately, you're doing if your website is not built for mobile devices for ease of use and contact. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you're taking a look at your own website with your cell phone to get an idea of how easy you're making it for your patients. And are you connecting with them? Are you building trust and making them say, you know what? I feel like they could help me. If you ever have a story about your private practice, please feel free to submit it at physiciangrowthaccelerator.com. While you're there, check out your vitals. See if there's any major constraints that are holding you back from achieving the goals that are important to you. Thanks, and we'll see you next time on the Physician Growth Accelerator.